basic overview diagram of the circuit we were required to build for ETE 220 Fluid Power and Control Circuits 2. This is for the first test, the practical part of the test, and on to a more elaborate analysis of the control circuit and power circuit diagrams.
This is Logan, and this is the control circuit. This push button actuates this shuttle valve, which will in turn actuate this pilot valve, which will activate a cylinder. The cylinder will activate this limit valve and trigger this timing circuit. When that turns on, the timing circuit will then turn on this relay, shutting this valve off, shutting the whole thing down.
This is our power circuit, which is laid out in ISO standard format. If you look closely at the bottom, you see the power valve 1 is operated by a 20 psi pilot. When the pilot is energized, the valve will shift, allowing the 30 psi air pressure to come up and extend the cylinder. The cylinder's speed is controlled by a flow controller, which is metered out with a check. If you look over here towards the right, you'll see that we do have a bridge rectifier in our circuit, which will allow us to actually check the flow in both directions. Alright, the two formulas we chose for the circuit are the force of the cylinder and the work being performed. Force is calculated by taking the pressure in psi and the area in inches squared and multiplying them together. The cylinder that we're using has a 2-inch bore and a supply pressure of 30 psi. After finishing the calculations, you can see that it produces approximately 94.2 pounds of force. Since work equals force times distance, we take the force, which we just calculated a second ago, times the distance, which is the length of the cylinder, which is 6 inches, which calculates out to roughly 565.2 inch-pounds of work. The power valve circuit is running off of 30 psi to power the cylinder, and our control circuit is running off of roughly 20 to 25 psi.
Yeah.
Alright, press the start button, cylinder extends. When it reaches the limit switch, which was simulated over here, you let go of the start button. After time delay is done, it'll retract. Alright, so this is the flow meter. Go extension, we're hitting probably around the 40s. Retraction, about 15.